Welcome back to PTL Podcast. I got myself, I got Ray, I got... What's going on, guys?
Not much, man. Just another day.
Just
How's it
another
going? How's
day.
it going?
And if y'all haven't, make sure you guys subscribe. We are at 50 subscribers. We're trying to get to 100. So just go ahead and help the channel out. Hit that subscribe, hit the like button, and check out all our videos. We do reactions as well. So go ahead and check that out before we get started here on the pod. Today's pod, we got some good news, some good articles here. I think it's going to be a good show. We'll start off right away with the Nintendo Switch Online, which we talked about last week. Or not last week, 2 weeks ago when we did the pod. We were excited that they announced the Nintendo 64 and the Sega and all this stuff. And now they release prices. And apparently people are not happy. If you look at their YouTube announcing video, they have 86,000 dislikes and 16,000 likes. Jeez.
Yeah,
So-
Let's get it.
It's a big difference.
Big difference. So I don't know. Did you guys look at the price? You want to kind of go over it? What do you guys?
So the dislikes, the dislikes are just coming from the discontent with the price?
Discontent with the video itself on YouTube, but it's mainly on the price. Yeah. Everyone was happy about the N64 being announced and the Sega. I mean, Sega was Sega, but
Yeah.
now you go to this video where they announce the price and where it's coming from, it's got a bunch of dislikes. So it's safe to assume that, yeah, they're talking about the price. Hey, go ahead, Ray.
I mean, it is what it is, dude. They worked on it. Like, I mean, there's new content that's going to be coming out for it. Like, I mean, so it's upgrading to $50 a year. I mean,
For individual, yeah. $80 for a family price.
So
I
what,
get it.
So it was 20 because I don't really understand. It was $20 or because here I see
It
20
was
to 50.
20 a year.
20 a year for family.
Okay.
No, sorry, 35 a year for family, right? Something like that.
Okay.
Damn, someone needs to.
Well,
Check me here.
no, because I see it here.
Check.
It says it $20 for 12 months. Nintendo Switch Online, and then Nintendo Switch Online plus expansion packs is $50 for 12 months.
Yeah.
Individual membership. So
Yeah.
not the family.
No, the family was 35 and it went to 80. Yeah, that's correct.
Okay. So people are mad because it went up what, $30?
Well, a lot of people, and I remember us talking about this. I think I wasn't in that podcast, but I was able to listen. You know, I listened to you guys.
Gotcha.
You guys talked about. I mean, we mentioned it. What happens if the price doubles? And I think Ray said it. He was like, "I'll pay $40 for it," you know, hands down. But now it's like $50. So now it's like you're in the big boy territory with like PlayStation and Xbox, and you're talking to yourself? Are you getting the same things that you're getting from PlayStation and Xbox? And game wise, you're getting a lot more from Nintendo, and you get classics. But online experience, no voice chat, no friends list, not able to send messages to each other. I mean, it's non-existent. So can you justify the price? And I've been kind of yes and no, playing with that line pretty much, because I do see the value in it. I mean, it's my childhood that I'm going to start playing again, you know? And I do see the value, but also it is kind of pricey, but it's not just for October. What is it? October 25th launch day. It's going to be for forever now. And they're going to be able to add more games like they have been doing for the SNES and the NES. So I think overall, I think it's a good price. It's not that bad, to be honest.
There's two schools of thought for me. One is when you're comparing against PlayStation and Xbox, and I do agree.
You have to, no?
Yeah. Well, in a way, but you know, when you look at it from the perspective of, well, look at what I get from PlayStation, look at what I get from Xbox. You know, even the Game Pass, what Xbox does. If I guess you're just talking about, you know, the straight up ability
Online
to, like, you know, the ability to play, you know, online and play with friends, like you mentioned, it's not there. You know, even PlayStation Plus, like, you know, you get, even on top of the fact that you can play online, and you get, you know, 2 games a month for it, things like that. But So I don't know that it necessarily stacks up there, but then again, like I guess you're not comparing the same thing. You're comparing apples to oranges, because I think the more proper comparison is to compare this not to the Gold or the PlayStation Plus, but rather to PlayStation Now and to the Game Pass, because that's more of what this is, right? I mean, you're getting.
Yeah, in a way, yes.
So I think that's more the comparison that we need to be looking at. And I think that, you know, that's more maybe equal footing, but the price is higher for sure. But I will say this. This is where so maybe I don't feel like it's worth it in that sense, because PlayStation Now has a lot of games. Game Pass has a ton of games. Like, so I think, and I think they're both cheaper. So I think in that sense, it's not worth it. But in the sense that Nintendo is selling these old games for 30, 40, 50, 60 bucks anyways.
Yeah.
The fact that I pay $60 once a year and I get access to all of them, and it's a growing library, I think it is worth it in that sense.
Yeah.
But just to close, I do feel like maybe with a few more games, you know, a few more of the hits, GoldenEye, hint.
Yeah, that's gonna be a hard one, but yeah.
You know, I feel like maybe then, but I mean, I think I'm okay with it. It's just, it is pricey, but
yeah,
it's worth it.
Well, I think you guys both kind of ended at the same spot, and I think that's what Nintendo's thinking. They can't start it low and then raise it as more games come.
Yeah.
So they're starting at 50, and then eventually all the games will be added that they're gonna add. So this is kind of more of a future price. Like, okay, you guys, I know right now it's not a lot of games, but we're gonna continue to add and add and add, and then eventually people will be satisfied with the price instead of starting it maybe at 30 and then they add a few more games and then they raise it to 40, and it just
it doesn't look good when you do that. When you
Correct.
you keep adding the price, you look stingy at the end. When they just throw it at you one price and you're used to it, I guess it's better, you know. But it did catch a lot of people by surprise. I will tell you that, obviously, because the video, you know, you can see the dislikes to like ratio. So yeah, I agree with Jesse on that one. They had to start big because they're gonna end up losing money at the end. So they might as well go big or not do anything at all.
Exactly. So ultimately, people are gonna pay for it. They're gonna want to play these games, and I still think $50 is fine for a whole year. And if you guys do the family plan, it'll be cheaper as well. But yeah, you guys hit it on the head with that. Next one, FIFA is splitting with EA, and that's gonna be coming up after this FIFA 22. And this is actually really interesting because we at least me and Ray, I don't know about you, Miguel, we grew up playing FIFA a lot, and this is one of our favorite games, at least growing up, to play. But yeah, basically they're kind of ending their little partnership, and EA is gonna start its own series called EA Sports FC, is what it looks like it's gonna be, because they trademarked it instead of FIFA. And FIFA is going to look for other partners. They said that, they're going to be looking to engage, industry players, developers, and other kinds, to see if they can create another FIFA game somewhere else. And this is going to be, it's going to change the whole game, because FIFA is saying, that EA has not done a lot and they're not that good to work with. EA saying, hey, we feel like we've built FIFA's brand over the decades more than FIFA has themselves, so it's kind of interesting.
I kind of feel like it's both that are doing wrong here, because I mean, I read another article that FIFA was asking for absurd amount of money for just using the title. I mean, the FIFA name itself sells it sells the game, you know FIFA by just the name. So they were asking for a ridiculous amount of money. EA can't justify it because obviously the revenue in sports games has been dropping a lot, because every year what changes? Roster, a little improvement in player movement, a little improvement in video. I mean, it's not enough for, I guess, a lot of players to
even
keep buying
more,
the game
because now it's on the Xbox Game Pass too.
Yeah, that too. So I'm sure they're losing quite a bit. Well, I mean, Xbox had to
they pay
send out a
fee.
check. Yeah, they send out a check. Yeah. So I mean, but it's maybe EA finally saw, you know what, this name, just the name itself is not like, I mean, we can't afford just the name itself. Let's just part ways. And it looked like it was a sour divorce between them because they're back and forth. FIFA saying that EA is not doing enough for them, and EA saying that FIFA's too stingy. So what? I mean, it is what it is, type of thing. But now it brings up the books to bring somebody else in. You know, another publisher that wants to use the FIFA name and start competing with EA and see what happens.
So with FIFA, like, does can you use player names and team names without FIFA?
Well, that was going to be my next question because I don't know how all that works. Because I know that new game that's coming out, the eFootball, obviously has already deals with certain players like Neymar and Messi and stuff individually.
That's individual contracts.
But I think they also have some teams already on. So I don't know if the teams that have individual contracts with can be, or if FIFA has their rights, because it's kind of weird.
Well, I mean, because okay, so when you look at FIFA, do they have all the teams across like all the world? They even have
soccer
like,
itself.
They have like backup teams like the D leagues that, like, you know, feed into the higher level leagues and stuff. Like,
yeah, they got everything.
They've got everything. So my question is, I guess, you know, is EAFC, or what is that what it's called? EAFC?
FC, yeah.
EA Sports FC. Yep.
Yeah, EA Sports FC. You know, if they're going to be able to use the likeness, like the players' names, the team names, I think they'll be just fine, because guess what? They have all the hardware to build the game out already at a high level.
For sure.
I think, you know, FIFA puts themselves at a disadvantage because I've not seen a soccer game that comes close to the way FIFA looks. With all that said, I am glad that FIFA is going out and trying to find someone else. I think EA Sports has they've milked it long enough. Every year we get a new iteration with minor changes, like you mentioned, roster changes. You can't get the new rosters. You can't get the new rosters to a certain point if you have the old FIFA. You need the new one. And they sell those loot boxes where they sell the cards. You pay real money to buy cards to build an ultimate team. And that stuff is really expensive. Like, people put thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, you know, into, you know, buying these, you know, these packs and
lottery
stuff like
packs. Yeah,
exactly. So, I mean, I think EA should be thankful they got to milk it for as long as they did. I'm excited to see what FIFA does in the future, where they take it, and, you know, exactly how much can they build it back up. But I mean, realistically though, it's gonna take time.
Yeah.
And I mean, you're gonna have to go to a AAA, like, you know, type of company to come anywhere near as close to what FIFA did or EA did, because I mean, EA had what's it called, like those body sensors on players, where they were, you know, getting the movements of them running, kicking, you know, cutting, all that stuff, you know, and they're recording their movements, and they brought that into the game. And that stuff's not cheap, you know.
No,
and I mean, it's years and years of them, like they said, developing it, building it, and along with building the game, they're building FIFA brand, like you mentioned. So
yeah,
I mean,
yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Just to close, I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, you know, FIFA might take a hit up front. I hope they can build it back up. And EA, I hope that they can get the teams to, you know, allow them to use the names and stuff, I guess, and let them do their own thing. But it's one of those things, like, we'll see if them apart was actually better. It might be a Brady and Belichick type situation.
Yeah, I agree. And I think FIFA has the worst part of it, because I mean, they have to build, like you said, they have to build a game back up from the ground. EA was top notch compared to what they were using, and now they got to start from zero. And who's gonna want to be paying for that much money if EA backed out, to be honest. So it's going to start from zero, pay a lot of money to build a brand again, build the game again, and then let's see where they go from there. And now they have competition between two games. So we'll see on that too.
Absolutely.
The competitiveness is good. I think whenever you have somebody who is truly a competitor, you force yourself to do better. And I will say at the end of the day, EA hasn't done themselves any favors with like the
they haven't.
decisions that they've made, with, you know, almost taking this like evil corporation type, you know, persona in the video game industry. Like nobody looks at EA with like respect. They all look at it like, you know, like these, you know,
Loot boxes. They're known for loot boxes, to be honest.
exactly pay to win type things. And it's just, it's one thing after another with them. So
But I mean,
it's
they
good
were
to
able,
see the competition.
they were able to get away with it because they were the only player. So now that there's going to be maybe new players coming up, let's see what happens, you know?
Yep. Yeah, my biggest question was just the likeness and the teams and stuff. So
The players, yeah, that's going to be a good question. Follow up on that.
yeah, definitely follow up, because if they can have all the teams, then it doesn't really matter. They don't have to pay
Mhm.
FIFA that money, and they can just make deals with the teams themselves, and then that's gonna kind of
I'm sure it'll be different, but yeah, the players and the team itself, it's not gonna, hopefully you don't have like a generic name like blue team or green team or something like that and have like random
Yeah.
names.
Count me out, dude. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to be.
But I think overall it hurts the fans, because everyone does like. I
Yeah.
mean, as much as they were not making money, people still love playing FIFA. They love that you're able to play with any team you want, pretty much.
Yeah, for sure. And build your dream team like everyone did.
Yeah. But other fans that are pessimistic, Splinter Cell, rumored to be in development, and fans are still pessimistic as to if that will ever happen. Do you guys know anything about this Splinter Cell rumor at Ubisoft?
I read about it, and the reason people are kind of doubtful about it because I mean, I don't know. Just did you ever play any Splinter Cell games?
100%. 1 and 2.
Okay. So you know how Splinter Cell games are. They're real linear. There's a story to it. You need to do this, and this to further on in the mission.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Ubisoft is not. They've gone a way different direction now. They're also into cosmetics and stuff like that, but they're also doing now open world
Mm-hmm.
games that are very, very repetitive. Assassin's Creed. You go on a tower, you explore the area, do 12 missions around the same missions, go on to the next town.
Mm-hmm.
Go to the tower, do the same thing over and over again. Same thing with Far Cry 6, which I heard is getting a lot of backlash for the same thing. Open world, massive open world, but the same 12, 13 missions over and over and over and over again. So now that people hear about Splinter Cell coming out, they're afraid that Ubisoft has gone away from their linear projects and is going into this more open world, cosmetics, stuff like that, and going to be another Assassin's Creed, another Far Cry, another one of these games, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So this is what the whole article is about. We'll see, type of thing.
I haven't played any of the newer ones, but I definitely enjoyed the older ones just because I don't know, it was kind of linear. It was, but I don't know, it felt really cool. Maybe at the time it was kind of like a brand new game. And
The last game was 2009? No, not even. Maybe less.
But at the end of the day, I mean, those are the type of games. I mean, it's gonna, maybe we just as gamers just kind of gotten past that, and we want more. We want, we don't want the same things over and over. It might not work, but
I don't think it'll work for Splinter Cell, especially the way the old games were before. Unless they do brand new content for every city, every town, everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But other than that, I don't see this working if they want to go for the open world.
Did you play it, Ray?
Well, first of all, I want to start by saying I love Splinter Cell games.
Yeah.
I love the stealth. I love, the aspect that, you have gadgets.
Yeah.
So, I am biased. I do hope they make one. I do hope it's good. I'm okay with it being open world. I think there are ways that you can be creative, in making it. I mean, you can have mission options, right? And one takes you to one town, one takes you to the other. You know, you can have I mean, I think you don't maybe level up, but you unlock new gadgets, you know, type of thing. You can have progression, you know, and maybe those help you complete harder missions. But I think especially what I liked about some of the last Splinter Cells that I played were that they did have its own separate co-op campaign, and it wasn't so much a full-on campaign as much as just missions. But what I remember is like when you would use the in-game mic, it would pick up how loud you are talking.
Yeah, so the enemies
And
can hear you. Yeah.
The enemies could hear you. And so there was, I remember it showed like a bar, and like the bar would go up when you, like, if you're whispering, it would be like this. And then when you're like, yo, 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 it's like, and so, you know, it senses how loudly you're talking. So it was an aspect of like, if there's a guard right next to you, and let's say like I'm playing with Jesse and Jesse says, hey Ray, what are you doing?
The guard would hear you.
I can't say anything because the guard would hear me. It adds a twist to what you're trying to do, and I think that's super fun. My point in saying all that is that I see a world and a possibility where they could bring online co-op into an open world, right? You know, let's say Jesse drops in and we do a mission that otherwise would be nearly impossible solo. We can two-man it, or maybe some missions require 4 people because there's so many enemies. It's, you know, we have to break into a massive fortress. One of us goes for the lights, the other one goes for the alarm system type of thing. You know, I think there's a lot of possibilities with it. If they ever did it and it was co-op, I would tell you, I'm saying it right now, I would buy it if it looks good.
Just to let you know, Ubisoft already has a stealthy game with gadgets. It's called Watch Dogs. It didn't sell much.
I didn't play it.
Oh, okay.
Nah,
So
I never played it, but
there's 3 different Watch Dogs. 1, 2 is more single player, I guess, and then Watch Dogs Legion is the online based one. It didn't sell much, so that's the I know Splinter Cell. You know, Sam Fisher is gonna sell just by himself, just because it's a Sam Fisher game. I know it'll sell, but there's that type of game.
Was Watch Dogs actually like stealth? I remember that it was like you're out in the world and stuff.
Well,
like,
it was exactly like Splinter Cell. You can go hot, you know, high, and everything just start shooting, or you can go stealthy, rob whatever you need, steal whatever you need to, get out without being noticed, hack the systems, hack doors, stuff like that. So it's kind of like that, yes, but I think Splinter Cell brings out the more Black Ops, you know, because obviously he was.
Yeah, it's more like espionage. I think I have, like, I mean, I've seen a little bit of Watch Dogs. I haven't, you know, played it or gone in depth in it, but
yeah, and I like Watch Dogs. It's a good game, but it's I can see Splinter Cell going that way, and people are not gonna like it.
Gotcha. Maybe, but I know that there's a strong following behind Splinter
for sure.
Cell.
For sure.
And I don't think I've ever heard of a following of Watch Dogs that rivaled Splinter Cell. Plus the multiplayer at Splinter Cell, when they got like, it was like 2 guards and 2 agents. That was so much fun, dude. Where you'd have to like, you know, be communicating with your partner, and there was objectives that the guards have to defend, and then you had to attack. It was so much fun. I remember playing that a lot, like for a while, and it was just a blast. So I don't know. I think there's a lot of possibilities with Splinter Cell, and you already have like a fan base behind it. So
yeah, for sure. I'm hoping they do the right thing, and I really would like a linear game, just a 30 to 40 hour game, and let me play like I used to, you know.
I'm cool with that as long as they throw some co-op in it. Like if it's a long campaign, you know, single player, I'm okay with that. But hey, just give me some form of, you know, co-op and maybe some
a little bit of multiplayer. Yeah,
that'd be cool. Like just a few modes that you can mess around with.
Absolutely. Well, speaking of new modes, Call of Duty,
nice transition.
Yeah, Haunting Returns started yesterday, and this is their, you know, it goes from yesterday to October 19th to November 2nd, and they did this last year, but this year they partnered up with Scream because it will be coming out in theaters January 14th. I think they moved back.
Really, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so this is the beginning, I think, of the Warzone taking the Fortnite approach, where they start partnering up with other companies, and so I'm very kind of curious to see where this is gonna go. In this one, you know, they have the new Warzone playlist, which is the Ghost of Verdansk, and then you can buy the bundle to be Scream. So Donnie Darko's in there. There's other.
I don't know who that is.
I don't really know. I heard the name, but I don't remember. It wasn't that Jake
Gotcha.
Gyllenhaal, or a couple
You
of
got me, buddy.
multiplayer maps, some more player modes. If you're interested in getting Scream, the only way right now to get them that we know so far is to buy the operator bundle, which makes sense. You get the
of course.
Scream, you get the finishing move, the charm, scary hours for accessory, and blueprints for the knife. But yeah, this is kind of cool that they're partnering up with, you know, with a movie, and they have a whole playlist going. I saw some of Tin Tatman playing that playlist. It's fun. It's a new little mode that you can just play for a little while. When you die, you become a ghost, and you go back and try to kill the people that are alive. And if you kill enough of them, then you come back to life. And you just kind of keep doing that until there's no more. In the multiplayer, I didn't see any of the multiplayer, but apparently there's, you know, Prop Hunt, Halloween, Scream Deathmatch, as well as Hallows Eve Outbreak Challenge. And for that challenge, you need to survive for 10 minutes while the difficulty of the region increases every 2 minutes. So
zombies.
Yeah, so just something new if you're already playing Call of Duty to spice it up for Halloween.
It's kind of like zombies.
It's kind of like zombies.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. So, I mean, I think this is all cool. I mean, it's just for Warzone, they make more money. They team up with a popular franchise like Scream, sell some of those skins, and there you go. Keep the truck coming.
Yeah.
The money truck.
Go ahead, Ray. I know you have a lot to say about Call of Duty, so.
No, not really.
No.
I mean, I do think it's cool that they're doing this. Donnie Darko is a movie, and it is with Jake Gyllenhaal.
There you go. Let's go.
So,
come on, Jesse. Good job.
Yeah. So props to Jesse.
Never heard of it. Okay.
Oh, you're gonna get killed in the comments.
It's a pretty big movie. It's got a big.
You're gonna get killed in the
too,
comments.
Oh,
Yeah.
Where's it from, though? Exactly. I mean, how long did it come out?
I want to say
2001.
Early
That's way
2000s. Okay.
That's way before my time, guys. You know.
Well, I didn't see anything mentioned about that Donnie Darko skin. I don't know how you can get that one, but
Yeah,
I'm sure it's a bundle coming
probably
out
have
too.
to buy it.
just buy it.
Yeah.
But no, this is cool. I mean, I like that they're, you know, I mean, they're staying relevant, you know. I mean, again, just bring on the anti-cheat and I'm there. You know, I mean, I would love to jump in on this, but I mean, without the anti-cheat, I'm not going to waste my time. I mean, you know, they've got to control that. But I mean, I think all this stuff, I love what they're doing, that they're consistently bringing out new content, you know, to rival what Fortnite has been doing so successfully. You know, say what you want about Fortnite, but their business model is, I mean, it's unrivaled right now. And I would say the only thing close is now, you know, Warzone, what they're trying to do. But I mean, yeah, I mean, I'm on board with this. This is the right move for if I'm, you know, Warzone.
Yeah, I completely agree. You pretty much hit it. I love it. I want to go back. I'm ready to go back. I talked to Jesse. I want to go back to Warzone. It looks like so much fun. Yeah, you're talking about the anti-cheat, but I think I could. I don't think we're at that skill base anyway. We haven't playing for a couple of years, so
That's true.
it's been like 2 years. I think we'll start with the beginners and eventually work our way to the cheaters until the
But is there a
anti-cheats out.
ranking?
No, but
but
there's a rumored
there's like background
skill-based
MMR.
matchmaking. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a skill-based matchmaking and stuff
No,
like that.
that's true. It's true. It's true.
It's 100% true.
Yeah. 100% true. You heard it here
So,
first.
You heard it here, yeah. I leaked it, yeah. I want to go back. It looks like fun, and I mean this is awesome that they like you said, they're keeping relevant. So I love it. Can't wait to buy it.
Well, the cheaters apparently already have a new cheat, anti-driver cheat, whatever, on its way. You know, and they're saying, "Hey, we're ready." And Call of Duty is like, "Okay, you might be ready, but I don't think you're ready." So we'll see who's right. I mean,
This is like those boxing matches where there's all this talk before, and then they go in the ring and it's like a boring fight. So we'll see what happens.
but it looks like this anti-cheat It's called Ricochet.
Ricochet.
It's gonna be like the Valorant one where it kind of runs in the background. You have to have it on in order to even play the
Installed,
game. Yeah. And so I mean I have it on. The Valorant one just stays on. The Vanguard just stays on all the time, man. So, I mean, hopefully it does something. But I don't. Yeah, like Miguel said, I don't even know if I haven't played in so long. I don't know if we're even affected by it. But we'll see what happens.
Every time I die, it's by a hacker.
Yeah, that's true. So what happened with this is Ricochet leaked pretty much. So obviously they started, reverse engineering it and try to bring a cheat to block the anti-cheat.
Mm-hmm.
But another article saying this said that I think they were saying that they leaked it on purpose to see what kind of, what were they going to work on so they can start patching that stuff up before the anti-cheat was actually released. So I don't know, man. It's kind of a smart move I'm thinking about it, leaking it online and then seeing what comes out and start patching it, to be honest, because it's gonna hit hard as soon as it comes out, and everyone's gonna try to break it, to be honest. So we'll see.
There you go.
It's gonna get broken.
It's gonna be broken. Yeah.
No,
there's nothing.
Maybe not too crazy, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
I mean, it's gonna get broken, but at least there won't be that much, or maybe they'll drive the price for the cheaters. They'll drive the price 2 or 3-fold, or they have to pay extra for the hacks or whatever. So
gotcha.
We'll see. Stay positive, man. Stay positive.
Well, Destiny 2 fans are trying to stay positive. Bungie announced.
Oh, I like that too.
Hey, nice transition.
You're on a roll today.
Dude, I'm on a roll. They announced that Destiny 2 Witch's Queen new dungeons will only be available to those who buy the more expensive digital deluxe edition, or you pay for them separately. Writing on Reddit,
GG's.
the Bungie's Chris Shannon explained, "Hey everyone, we've seen some debate around the new dungeon content and want to clarify how it would be delivered next year." He shared that the Witches Queens Digital Deluxe Edition comes with all 4 seasons of content in 2022 and the 2 new dungeons. Players who buy the standard edition can pay for an upgrade to the deluxe edition, or you can buy them separately, the dungeon. We will also be offering a separate way for you to purchase the dungeons in the future, but they will not be included in the season passes. So a lot of people are not happy. They flooded the comment with negative comments and on Twitter.
I can open this one up.
Yeah, go ahead. I mean, I don't think I need to say anything.
Nah. I want to first and foremost apologize to all our fans. If I've ever said anything positive about Destiny 2 The Witch Queen, I was ill-informed. I was not aware of this business practice that they have begun.
Yeah,
this is ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous, and a complete deal breaker.
Mm-hmm.
Any positive vibes that they put out there when they announced Witch Queen in their event, I mean, absolutely, it built the stock. It got people excited. It got me excited. I came on here and I said how excited I was, how great I think it's going to be. This is, I mean, beyond ridiculous. You're telling people that, oh, hey, there's a DLC, but on top of that, on top of the DLC,
yeah,
give us even more money and we'll give you all the dungeons. Nah, dude, I'm sorry, but like, what? And then for sure, the good weapons are going to be locked behind that one.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. This definitely is starting to feel more like, an EA type situation. And that, to me, it's gross. I mean, by no means am I excited anymore. I think this completely changes everything.
No, I completely agree. And I think I remember talking to you about this, how we saw that banner that said behind Digital Deluxe, but we could never figure out exactly what was going on. And this is, I mean, it pretty much shows you here. This is what it is. I mean, it is gross. It's unfair. And it's It's pay to win, to be honest, at this point, because you're gonna get the good weapons, you're gonna get the good stuff if you pay. So, nah,
Well, we don't know that yet, but I wouldn't be surprised.
nah.
I wouldn't be surprised. And I'm not saying that I'm not defending them. I'm just saying I don't want to label them as pay to win just yet. But I will say that, you know, that practice of locking dungeons behind even more money.
A paywall, yeah.
And if there is better weapons hidden behind it, even worse.
Yeah.
Because now you're forcing players' hands like to say, no, I want the best weapon. So now I have to pay for this dungeon. Oh, dude. I'm sorry, but that's horrible business practice. I mean, I don't know. You know, to me that I just don't understand that. I don't understand why you're gonna, you know, put more dungeons, more content behind a second paywall. You know.
Yeah.
You're already buying a DLC. You're expecting to get a DLC, but you're not. So,
Well,
next.
we'll see what people say. But to
I
finish
transition to this next one now.
the transition to this next one. So, as cold as people are about the Destiny game,
Okay. Okay.
Xbox Mini Fridge went on sale October 19th. It was through Target exclusive. Went on sale 9:30 Eastern, and within 15 minutes sold out. It was on sale for $99. I kind of sad I missed out on this. I didn't even really know it was going on sale. I definitely would have gotten one for $99 just to maybe resell it.
Yeah, it's honestly, I love this. I love, remember when they released the Xbox, the Series X, and everyone said, oh, it's a mini fridge. It's a mini fridge. I
Mhm.
like the way they leaned right into the meme or whatever, and they made it. They made it happen, and obviously
looks
a
sick.
lot of people loved it too because it's sold out.
It can hold up
But,
to 12 cans,
Yeah,
LEDs,
it's hilarious.
$99.
It's funny.
Yeah,
You know, it's hilarious. I love, like you said, I love that they leaned into the joke. They said, yeah, it does look like a fridge. That is funny that you
Yeah.
notice that. But check this out. We're actually going to make
we're
it.
making a
Like,
fridge.
that's hilarious, dude. Like, I would say Xbox is on a roll, man.
Yeah.
I mean, PlayStation for a long time has just, been leading the charge with being, having the best exclusives, having the best,
It was
like
the console. Yeah.
yeah, it just had of course, we're going to have Xbox fans that are, going to say that, that wasn't always the case. They prefer Xbox for X, Y, and Z. That's fine. PlayStation had great exclusives. PlayStation, their PlayStation Plus was giving great free games. Lately, the games haven't been great, and even then, the exclusives, now the ones that are Xbox is getting, it's getting competitive, and the Game Pass is just, I don't know. This just kind of seems like also like they just have the right culture. They're like, yeah, let's have fun. They're all about crossplay. They're all about, hey, just let's all have everyone play together. I feel like PlayStation is kind of, falling behind.
Oh yeah, of course. The only thing that would be better for this if PlayStation made a Wi-Fi router or something. What they were calling it, a router at that point.
A fan.
Yeah.
But yeah, a fan or something. I don't remember what it was called. But yeah, I love this. When I saw this article, when I saw this, it was I started laughing because it's awesome. And then I heard that it sold out in 15 minutes. I mean, even better. People love it.
Well, if you missed out, don't worry. They said that they will be making it available in 2022 in select markets.
Let's go.
But yeah, I mean, next time I think I'm gonna go ahead and snag one, put it right there here on my computer desk. Bam, have some beers in it.
I already see a great spot for mine
Yeah.
right here.
It comes with 12 cans, LED lights. It's got a USB charging port in the front. I mean,
So
exactly like the
dude.
console, to be honest.
Yeah.
They
So-
should just put like a charging port for the controller, like a dock or something.
Well, that's gonna be it for us today. Appreciate y'all tuning in, and yeah, make sure you let us know in the comments what you think about these topics and Destiny and FIFA and Nintendo. We got a lot of controversial stuff. Any last words, Phil?
You guys make sure to like and subscribe. We're trying to reach a goal, like Jesse said at the beginning, but
100.
help us get there.
100 subs.
100
We appreciate all the
subs.
love, all the support we've been getting. Without you guys, we wouldn't, have we wouldn't keep going. you know. But y'all keep us there. Y'all keep us honest and making more content. We appreciate y'all.
All right, we'll catch you next time. Later.